несколько кастомеров, которые просто были действительно фанаты.
Мне Фима рассказывал про вашего какого-то клиента с Roadmaster'ом. Buick Roadmaster, он говорил.
Alright, so doing a voiceover here, and I'm just basically trying to take the opportunity of having the car lifted and, just kind of taking a look. Oh, I totally missed that leak right there. It'll come back. I'll catch it later. Alright, so just looking around. Yep, there's that. I believe it's a drive shaft seal leak, but once again, we will come back. Seeing a lot of rust. I asked the mechanic, his opinion on that, and though he's not a body shop, but he said, he's seen this type of rust before. There he is. So yeah, so there, I think I'm starting to catch up to it, and basically, yep, there it is. So I've missed it again. All right, what do we got? Oh, and by the way, if you guys, if you see anything, I know I'm kind of just glancing over it, trying not to interfere. But if you guys see anything that I should be worried about, let me know. There's several of you who are mechanics that are watching, or former mechanics. So, all right. Although, yeah, I don't think there's such a thing as a former mechanic. You guys are pretty handy. And all right, there you go. I came back. So I've asked the guy about this because I wasn't sure if this is normal. When I came there, it was raining somewhat a little bit, some frost and stuff. Yeah, and then I realized that did not look like the rest of the car. So, yes, so I started to pay attention, and I'm kind of looking, and then I later asked him, and he said that this is a drive shaft seal leak. I'm asking him to kind of take a look. He said he will. It ended up being that he said it wasn't critical. He said it's probably something that I do need to address at some point. But yeah, so I guess it's the drive shaft seal is leaking. He told me that it would be, kind of on the pricier side to address because the whole rear end needs to come down, and I would need to leave the car there for some time. So yeah, so there's that. So I'll keep an eye on it, and at some point I will address it. There will be another leak that will come up shortly, but I'm just kind of, keep in mind I'm talking to the guy as he's changing my oil. So the cat just meowed right in the mic. Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to inspect everything, and then when he lowers it a little bit later, then I'll spray that anti-rust thing. And I have no idea what I'm pointing at, by the way. So there we go. Oh, there's some barcode that's still on there. Maybe from the factory. Yeah, the rear bumper also suffered a little damage, but once again, I got the car that way. And there's actually the little push tabs that kind of hold the rear bumper cover in place. They broke off inside, so I don't know. It's not bothering me. Oi. Alright, so he did mention that this little piece is leaking. Right up here, he said that there's some sort of a seal there. So I know that much. So right over here, he said to just keep an eye on it. He said it's not critical
it's not something that needs to be taken care of right away. But he also said that this piece, there's also a seal in there. I don't remember the name, obviously, but he said that probably this is also going to require attention. So maybe we're going to schedule some time later. Obviously, I am concerned. So while he's taking care of the phone, alrighty. Yeah, obviously not a lot of people get a chance to look underneath their cars in such a fashion where it's, you know, right at the mechanic shop. So I'm trying to have as good of a record. Not that I don't trust the mechanic, it's more for my own historic filming. Well, that's a rust, of course, as always. I sprayed, it's again that last segment, I sprayed that anti-corrosive stuff, not anti-corrosive, anti-leak. No, what am I saying? Anti-rust. Sorry. I don't know what's up with that. Now, if you guys see something that I might be missing, you know, feel free to point out. But this is the great bottom of the great whale. So many things I don't know. I don't know if I should be concerned over this. And he hasn't even checked the check engine light. We were just focused on the tire rotation and the oil change, and I'm just using this opportunity. All right, so I tried to film as much as I could those last few segments. Obviously, you know, the mechanic doesn't want to be on camera, so I didn't want to, you know, try to go behind his back or you know, try to sneak one past. You know, I do want to respect his decision, and I want to appreciate him working on it and allowing me to film as long as he's not in the shot. So anyway, so the good news is, all right, so I got my oil changed. All right, so that's no problem. You know, I sprayed that stuff in there. It stunk up the whole shop, so I'm sorry about that. I didn't actually see a whole lot of rust in that particular area, but you guys saw that there was some rust all over the place. I tried not to talk, obviously, because once again, I don't want to get in his way. And so, as far as the check engine light, so I got the good news and the bad news. The bad news is that he couldn't really figure out what's going on. So he hooked up a scan tool. He's got, you know, whatever, fancy, a lot more fancier than the little dinky one that I have. He saw that it was a cylinder one misfire. All right. You know, we both listened to it. It wasn't doing it at that time, and it ran fine. It wasn't like, you know, jerking around. It wasn't like trying to stall or anything. So this is what he said. He said, "Look, I don't have time to start going through all your engine components right now, because ultimately, you know, when you booked your appointment today, you booked it for an oil change and a tire rotation. That's all the time I have." He said that he doesn't hear or see anything that he can address immediately that's of an immediate concern. So he said that he would clear the code, and he said, all right, so just remember, it's a cylinder one. He wrote it on a piece of paper. He said, I'll clear the code. He said, you know, drive it for a bit. He said that in his experience, sometimes it's some sort of a gremlin and it'll go away. I told him about the, you know, the whole 2,000 RPMs. He said, well, if I clear the code, it'll probably allow you to do it. And then look, he cleared the code. Yeah, so it's fine. now it revs up. So I don't know if, like, maybe a mechanic out there who's watching can tell me. So what if there's a code, it'll throw some sort of a rev limiter on, so I guess to preserve the engine. I'm not 100% sure, obviously. So if any mechanics are watching, point it out, please, or let me know. So he cleared the code. I am driving it. I've been driving it for about 20 minutes. The engine light has not come back yet. That's not to say that it won't. He said that, if it does come back on, by all means, just schedule another appointment. He said preferably not on a Saturday because, Saturdays mechanics are obviously busy. And there's only 2 of them in there, so it's not like they have a big shop. So that's where we stand. Now, as far as those leaks, I tried pointing out to you guys, as I was filming, he did point out a couple leaks. And I'll be putting a name of those seals. He did tell me, and he did write down the seal, like what kind of seals are they. He said, once again, not the end of the world, but they're leaking a little bit. He said, not immediate concern, but he said, you might want to address it sometime down the road. And that's what I kind of like about this place. They tell you, or he tells me, what needs to happen. He's not automatically trying to quote me. He's like, hey, that's what it is. You're welcome to not do anything. You're welcome to, have me work on it. Said, just let me know. I'll give you a quote. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. So it kind of, have a good, respectable, relationship. So I really hope that check engine light doesn't come back, because obviously, I'll go back and I'll do whatever is necessary. I need to have my baby running. I can't have my baby hurt. And I'm super excited to have my revs back. Yep, so it climbs over 2,000 with relative ease. All right, everybody. Interesting day. It's never a dull moment when you own a Lincoln Town Car. I was glad I was kind of in and out, relatively quickly. So, and I always recommend scheduling an appointment with your mechanic. Don't just show up unannounced, because that kind of throws everything off for everyone. So, okay. Alrighty. It's nice 35 degrees, middle of December. I'll obviously keep posting. I also want to let you know that I'll be getting a GoPro camera pretty soon. I think I need to step up a bit. Phone does a fine job, but ultimately I think I need to do a little better for you guys. So that's coming soon. Thank you for all my viewers, subscribers, commenters, all of the above. Really thankful to have you all in my life and enjoy every minute of it. With the check engine light, with the rust, with the leaks, which thankfully have not come back yet. And obviously with this town car, it's been a blessing. So thank you, everybody, and we will see ya. Oh yeah, there's those revs next time.